Estás viendo Canal América, televisión dominicana para el mundo.
A Time for True Show is sponsored by the Office of Dr. Bernard Fialkoff, a periodontal, dental implant and laser specialist in New York City, for over 40 years. Dr. Fialkoff was honored by the International College of Dentists and Pierre Fauchard, and received the Presidential Lifetime Humanitarian Honor from the White House. Call us at 718-229-3838.
Sometimes life can be so damn hard. You don't know where to go. Everything keeps falling apart. Yeah. You try to do your best, but only God knows that you've given everything you've got, but the world takes you down. You just keep moving on. Let your fears.
Welcome for a Time for True show. I'm your host, Dr. Ben Fialkoff, and we're coming to you from San Pedro Sula, Honduras, and beautiful, beautiful country. I'm looking in at the mountains. We're here at the hotel, and there's a breeze going by, and the people are calm. And today's show is going to be something interesting, because when you feel this calm, sometimes you wonder why these other things happen in our lives, right? We talk about delinquency, criminality, drug addiction, homelessness, all these different, like a person has physical illness. These are societal maladies. These are society illnesses. And sitting here, I don't know why, and then I'm sitting next to a guy who also, I think, maybe is responsible for all this great energy I'm feeling around here, Felipe Lopez.
Thank you. I appreciate it. That's a beautiful intro.
Well, you know what?
That intro.
I got to tell you, we met each other a long time ago.
Yes, indeed.
And you were already doing a lot of humanitarian work all over the world. And before we get into that, I want to ask you, because there are guys out there watching and women out there watching who are saying, I want to make it professionally, or I want to make it in the NBA as a ball player, or the NFL, or an attorney. And someone like you has a lot to tell them. So let's start out first with when you were young. Because a lot of times you say, well, I'm never going to do that. So when you were young, what were your dreams?
Man, I really believe that everything starts with a passion. You got to have a passion about anything that you want in life. And that passion makes you, everything that you do in life is going to be surrounded around that passion. For me, it was a God-given ability that it became a passion, because I actually had two brothers and sisters. I'm the youngest of four, that I'm just follow them. I just watch what they did. And they also play basketball. My sister played basketball. And for me, it was just like following, something that they also had a passion about. But myself being the youngest, I was absorbing more of that energy. I was, giving out more of that product of enjoyment. So, I definitely would say that, the passion will have to just be one of them. Another one that it actually have become an icon into my whole life, have been having faith and having a belief.
Right.
I think there's always, as you move around and you create this mystic, kind of feeling about if there's a God or not. For myself, my whole family has been the one important factor that have kept us believing and making a lot of these dreams that I have been able to live, because I have believed and I have been, someone that loves to serve. My mom have been into the church for so many years, and watching her just serve, just being a community leader and giving herself so much without expecting much, have made me like this one person. But that all comes because spiritually, that's what have been inputted into us. So, that's the second thing. And the third but not least, for anyone that want to become greater of anything, you just have to work. You have to outwork people. You have to really, put a little bit of that extra work, because the passion, the faith is going to make you just want to do extra. If you don't have that extra to be able to not just be average, to be above average, eventually just when you step into an arena, when you step into a field, you step into a stage, all the little jitters that you get or nervousness, they all fly away, because now it just become like a self-confidence that you can tell yourself, oh, I've been through this. Yeah.
Very interesting. So you know what? I want to just delve into that a little bit, because I think it's important for people to get. Yeah. So the first thing, it wasn't just like you were 6'5" or whatever you were, so it's just natural.
No, it doesn't. There's a lot of short athletes that we have seen throughout many different sports that they have been greater athletes than taller players, and that all have to do because how huge their heart. And because they have belief, they have a faith about themselves that they knew that no matter how little or small, one of the best example that we can actually talk about right now that he just popped up into my head is Stephen Curry. Curry,
right?
With the Golden State Warriors. I mean, this guy, when he first got to the NBA, really looked like a freshman coming out of high school,
right?
And stepping into this man's world. And who to say that Stephen Curry was going to become the player that he has become to this day. I think he have changed the whole game now. Even the big guys want to shoot three-pointers just because he have made three-pointer look very sexy and very attractable. And that's the way to play right now, and that all have changed because of how he have embraced himself, his faith in God, and now everybody's just a follower.
It's very true. You know what? That's a great example. And what you talk about with faith in God and spirituality and integrity, makes a lot of sense, because if I look at all the players, because, the physicality is there with all of them.
Yeah.
So what makes the difference? And so what you're bringing out, I think, so for those of you watching, you're getting Felipe here, that's what you got to do. And, I think also, what I find when I do something that's good, that's like God-given, I don't know, I get a lot of energy. So I think I perform better. I mean, how do you feel about that?
Well, I think it's just, there's the two ways of people can please themselves. There's the one that is the monetary,
right?
The material thing. Like people will love to do a lot of things. Just, you want to get paid for certain things. But once you get to a level where you can just be grateful for what you have and what have been given to you, and you know how to live your life without looking outwards, outside from your own status. Our society are so caught up into what somebody else have. I want to. I'm looking into IG or, YouTube and some of the stuff because I'm looking at how other people are living, how other people are doing things, how other people are driving. So that thing to make you feel uncomfortable about your own insecurity about the own things that you have. That's what you have. That's what you have to kind of enjoy and make your life around what you have. Because at the end of the day, it's not how much material things you have. It's how much you keep indoor, and value within your own heart, So that's the one thing, the material part. And the other one is just that pressure that you get by knowing that you are actually helping somebody, that you are giving yourself as a service for someone else to reach the level that you actually feel for yourself. I've been very grateful to be successful. I've been very grateful for the great opportunity. I'm in Honduras, like doing something that I love with you. We met many years ago. And I think that kind of like lineage of services that have, bring us together. Yeah. It's a pleasure that money cannot buy.
No.
It's something that...
I tell you what, I got sad already because tomorrow this thing ends.
Yeah.
And I said, wow, I don't want this to end.
Well, me neither. We got to continue to move around. We got to continue to make this great program that you've been running and that I have also embraced for many years. Drug-free America. We got to make it work in, all the Latin American countries, and including where we started in the Americas, in the United States.
Absolutely, the Western Hemisphere. And what I was going to ask you, because we've been down here in Honduras, and what happened is the national police of the country and the Ministry of Security, which I really want to compliment, because you guys have been unbelievable. I mean, Felipe, you know what? Why don't you voice that to the viewers how they've treated us? Incredible. I mean, I really tell me.
I mean, incredible. Like just the well, you guys got here before us.
That's right.
So I didn't know the whole treatment was going to be like BIP, like BIPP. Like it's been incredible. And that's to say so much about the national police and the security out here in Honduras, or how they have embraced this kind of program. The schools that we have gone to, the kids, the community, they have embraced so much. We're actually bringing the message behind it. But definitely the treatment, the hospitality that we have gotten here in Honduras have been magnificent. I feel like that's kind of the way like the presidents actually move about in different countries.
It's true, right?
In different countries, they got the escorts, and it has been really special. Just to say that.
Oh, I 100% with you. And it's been that way. Just so you know, we landed the first day, and they take us in their private, national airplane and helicopters.
Yep.
And wow, so this is, just so you know, we were very lucky that Drug Free World America's chapter got together with the dentists of Honduras. And the dentist is something that I've been looking into. We'll talk about a little bit more. And what happened is they spoke to the government in Honduras, and they liked the idea because, like in the whole world, we got a drug problem. And they invited us to say, yeah, let's bring, these basketball greats. Let's bring Harlem Globetrotter, Bobby Z. Hunter, let's bring Trey, and he's here playing, and these other young guys who are aspiring. And so what I want to ask you, first of all, because you're a busy guy, and you're a celebrity. Yeah. And I think it's important. No, man, you're a celebrity, man.
I keep it low-key.
I know you do, but you're a celebrity. And this is good for our viewers. Why someone like you, who's already made it in life,
yep.
Why did you take the time?
I think it's so important for myself because, I think that we have the Harlem Globetrotters here. And they have been ambassadors to the whole basketball world for so many years, 50 plus years. I mean, Bobby have been playing for them for over 40 years, and that's beautiful because I think basketball and the sports embrace community.
Yes.
It brings people together, and I'm part of that community. But my whole difference is that I'm Latino. Yo hablo español, so I want to bring a little bit of that Latino
El sabor
Latino into programs that are already doing something for our communities.
Exactly.
Right now, we are in Honduras. Tomorrow I want to be in Dominican Republic. We want to put something together and speak to the chief of police out there, which I have a great contact with, and Ministro de Interior y Policía. We got to speak to, some of those leaders that will be able to make possible for events to continue to move on and help our communities. Our children, our youth, they need to know and they need to have more of a presentation about the type of programs that we are serving to them because they are being bombarded with so many negative information about making, even drugs to be cool.
Right.
When you watch many of the music videos these days, they making, prostitution, girls being all, half naked, smoking, they making it look super cool.
Right.
To these young that they are looking for positive role models. They're looking for they want to move on in their life. And the way that we are being sold this message is really like making it go to the left.
That's right.
So that's the reason why I'm part of this message, because it allows me to actually give the information to our people in the language that they're able to understand.
Yeah, that's a beauty. You know what? And Drug Free World is in 22 languages. It's in about 180 countries. It's the biggest non-profit global drug aid program. And it's amazing to me. I'm very lucky. I found it many years ago. I've been doing it, representing it. And it's funny, because as you were talking, I thought about it and I said, you know what? I'm with the Consejo Nacional de Drogas and La República Dominicana, because, I think a lot of my viewers, they know I'm a Cuban guy. And so, I worked there with Felipe Lopez, Rafael Guerrero Peralta, and now General Marte. And you know what? I guess between everything we've already done, I think you know, I mean, you're Dominican.
Yep.
I'm a guy in Cuba right next door, and let's just do it. I think. What do you think about doing this in Republic?
It'd be great. Like I'm
Dominicana.
already doing some work in the Dominican Republic with the Ministry of Interior y Policía, Chu Vasquez. We actually running a program which is called De Vuelta al Barrio, back to our communities.
Sí, okay.
So
con deportes.
Yes, which you know that's a great, like, you know, just continue to keep with that topic and continue to keep with going back to our communities, but also including something as, you know, drug-free America that would give a little bit more of incentive and information to our youth that we're already working with.
Right.
That is not just sports. You know, it's not just, you know, picking up a basketball or a baseball or volleyball. You know, it has to be a little bit more than that, because, you know, our youth are being attacked in so many different ways that we need to actually counterattack, you know, some of those, you know, effects of the media. Thank you. In a whole different way, almost using the media as the same way to also help our youth, you know, feel good about, you know, not being somebody involved with drugs.
By using it in a positive way.
Exactly.
Right. You know what you mentioned is so well, and I want to actually emphasize it to our viewers, is, you know, we've gotten used to all this social media where, like Felipe has said, we have all this like negative integrity. It's like cool to almost be like a gangster, and, you know, we're losing our society. And then I want your opinion on something. It seems like we're putting the cart before the horse. And the reason I say that, because it seems like the problems we're trying to solve, we're actually creating. And I'm totally lost on it. So, like, what's your opinion on that? It's you know, like, you know, it looks like we're trying to solve things, but we're creating.
No, but we had a conversation before on camera. You need to actually refine that a little bit more, because I know what you're trying to go into, but I need you to also give the viewers a little bit more information of what you actually just say, because it's important.
Okay, well, I will then. Okay. Yeah, let me fire your lead. This is conversation we're having. So this is for the world, you know, and that this is not a show. This is a conversation. What Felipe and I are doing here, we want you watching this to realize that the only way we're going to change this and make our kids safe is if we all do this thing. So let me refine a little more, like Felipe said. In New York City, we legalized marijuana. Now, I'm a doctor of 40 years. So I looked, and I said, well, let me look. Maybe I'm out of date. So I looked at the National Institute of Health. I looked at the Center for Disease Control, which are the two major scientific health organizations of the federal government. And both of them say that if a pregnant woman smokes marijuana, her babies come out neurotic, psychotic, attention deficit. So I'm thinking to myself, but whoa, we're going to create more attention deficit. We're going to create more neurosis in young kids before they're born. And then the other studies show, scientifically again, even the psychiatrists have found this, that marijuana causes a altered brain development where? In teenagers and in young people up to 25 when the brain is developing. So I'm saying to myself, forget about the fact that they're high in classroom. We don't even got to go there yet. They can't even learn because their brain doesn't develop the same way. So that's what I meant. So now, having defined a little bit more, like you said, what's your opinion on that?
Well, I think it's really exciting to me. It's very sad, because we actually making decisions, adults. As an adults, you know, we are making decisions that is supposed to better our society, not destroy our society. And you know, when I'm in the Dominican Republic, and I'm also traveling a lot to New York and different areas, and really the effect that I'm seeing with some of the decisions that has been made, us adults, to help our society and our community is actually the opposite. Because when I'm just working with some of my youth, what I'm seeing is a lot of 13, 14, 15, 16 years old taking advantage of laws that have been made supposedly for adults. You know, when we legalize the weed, like, you know, we talking about weed for like folks that have been, you know, sick that need it. But really, what I'm seeing is just a lot of underage kids smoking.
Right.
You know, prior to that, it was almost like taboo for some of the younger kids to smoke. And now, if a kid's not smoking, it's like, oh man, you're not cool. Like, you're not, you know, and it's okay for anyone to actually try to discover if you like certain things. But it's not even discovering. It's like if you're not doing it, like you're not enjoying your youth. You know, and he just like really like to me like really signing. And that's the reason why, you know, programs like Drugs Free America for me is really important, because in order for anyone to just growth, develop, and do all the excitement things, you don't have to jump into the lake right now when there's no need to. You know, there's so much creativity for young kids as it is without drugs, you know, and to give themselves the opportunity without feeling the pressure, you know, and that's the reason why, you know, I will continue to fight this beautiful fight, because, you know, not to say that, you know, it's being you know, used for greater things, but the majority of it is, I don't really see it. I don't really see how it's really helping.
No, not at all. And, you know, I wanted to ask you, because we've done these major, we got the basketball game last night.
Yeah.
We've had the schools that we visited. And tell the viewers about the energy level you saw at those events.
It's been beautiful. It's been great. It's been very accepting, which is really important. Like, you can tell when you go into events and everyone is really in tune with what's happening. You know, there's almost like a, you know, aside from the Harlem Globetrotters and us being here, you feel like a superstar, but that's one part of it. But just the fact that the message is being accepted, is being caught up. Like, you know, we having a lot of these kids coming to us after the event and asking more specific questions and things like that. So, you know, that's to say that obviously the Policía Nacional, the National Police of Honduras, are really trying to fight this thing head on, using all the resources and organizations that can bring the benefit and the information necessary to their community. And it's been great.
Absolutely. You know what? And that's another thing that I've noticed is the integrity of this governmental police.
Yeah.
And that they actually wanted us to come and have treated us, like you said, like, I know, king, president.
Yeah, it's been great. It's been great.
Oh, my Lord.
I would definitely love to come back.
Absolutely.
I don't want it to win.
Absolutely. Well, you know, I was just talking to one of the executives, and I said to him, how did you like what we're doing so far? And he said, esplendido.
Yeah.
Magnificent. And, you know, I was on the ride on the airplane, I was talking to a few of the women who were with the police force as mothers. And let me ask you a question. What do you feel would happen if the mothers of the world, like, took this on as a mission? What do you think would happen?
We would definitely, you know, it will revolucionar the whole concept. You know, I really think so. There's just always something about mothers.
Yeah, 'cause I saw you when you were speaking to your mother the other day.
Yeah.
And I saw a different side of you.
Yeah, no, it's just something about mothers. They, you know, they just have, it's just different, man. You know, like just as a caring, you know, motherly, you know, love that it goes with everything they do. You know, even when they call you out or something, when they, you know, cuando te regañan.
Oh, yeah.
You know, there's just some love behind it, you know. And I really feel that, you know, as a consequence, and when you bring, you know, I know you were speaking about the mothers and the plane, they have a civil right as policewomen to, you know, do, you know, well for the community, but they also have that really in-depth thing about just being mother, about caring about what's happening in our surrounding. That is really important. And, you know, for us to have more women, you know, involved into the program, it would definitely just, you know, multiply the message even greater.
Absolutely, you know, because to me, like you said, my mother, when she would say something to me and she was upset with me, the impact was like so high. It was amazing. It's like I go, okay, Ma.
Different respect. I have a question for you. So,
yeah, tell me.
What we're going to do in order to continue to bring this program, obviously I'm here and I want to be here because I want to showcase what I've been doing to other folks. What we're going to do to continue to bring this program to other countries? I want to have this in Dominican Republic, and believe me, I want to make sure that I tap into all my sources, all my contact to to showcase what we've been doing here in different places, because we need to continue to move this smoothly to other countries.
I agree with you. Before I miss out, I want to do something to a mother of this country. The president of Honduras happens to be a woman, and I want to, on the show here, and now Felipe agrees with me, I want to acknowledge the president of Honduras, a woman president, for what you're doing. I don't think it's any coincidence or just a happenstance that you have wanted this program in your country. And it's kind of funny that here Felipe and I are talking about mothers, women, right? And here you are as a woman, mother, president of the Honduran society. So first of all, thank you so much. And Felipe and I, the Globetrotters, Drug-Free World, we look forward to meeting with you. And then now what I feel is that number one, I think, which the Hondurans saw, is I got together with some dentists after the Greater New York Dental Meeting, very big meeting, international meeting in Javits Center. And there I talk about, like what you and I have been speaking about, drugs and the impact on patients, the impact on communities. And one of the dentists there, Dr. Marcos Garay, who's president of the Honduran Dental Society, he agreed, and he and I talked about it. He said, you know what? Why don't we get dentists who are good counselors to begin with, because people are terrified when they see us, and who really care. Let's get them to support this program so that our governments have a little pressure taken off of them. Because usually the government has to pay for everything, and everybody criticizes that government. So I'm going to take a little different viewpoint here. I looked at, well, how can we help the government? So, you know, Felipe and I are looking at, let's take first the Dominican Republic. Nosotros queremos trabajar con ustedes. Es tiempo para trabajar juntos. Let's, in the Dominican Republic, as well in all the countries around the world watching this, let's get our dentists. Well, I'm a dentist, obviously, so I'm going to bring the dentists on board. Felipe, I'm sure you'll bring the athletes on board, right?
Of course.
And you know what? And then you're the government. And then we got Drug-Free World, which is the largest nonprofit education program in the world in 22 languages. It's a no-brainer at drugfreeworld.org, vidasindroga.org. And to me, you know what? Let's do it. We help each other so much in the world. I'm looking around here. This guy down here is in the pharmacy. The other guy is doing some kind of chicken place. The other guy's on the street. There's a bank over here. And if you really look at it, if you had all the money in the world and you had no other people, not only would you be sad, but who would help you? Where would you get your food from? Where would you get your electricity from? What if the power plant went? You could have all the gold bars in the world. Would you have anything? So, you know, Felipe, I don't want to end the show. I'd like you to end the show because, you know, you've done such a great job, man. And, you know, because you've done a great job with me and you got me to speak. So, you know what? What final message do you have? We got about maybe 30 seconds, 45 seconds. What final message do you want to give the viewers on what you would like to see going forward on this event and in general?
Well, first of all, I just really want to say thank you to you, Dr. Bernard.
Bernardo, mi mamá dice Bernardo.
Ben.
Tú eres Bernardo.
For just giving me the opportunity and the platform to continue to enjoy what I actually do, just work on our community. We're in Honduras right now. I've been in Colombia, Puerto Rico, Venezuela, you know, so many other countries. And, you know, just they feel good that you get in the vibe from doing the things that we actually doing. And that's the reason why I wanted to say thank you to you, because, you know, may God continue to bless you and bring this program to so many other countries, to the, you know, el gobierno de Honduras. Gracias a todos ustedes por darnos una hospitalidad tan bella, tan bonita. Una experiencia que obviamente para muchos de nosotros nos la vamos a llevar a nuestras casas con un corazón abierto, un corazón que ha recibido ese cariño y ese calor humano que ustedes no han podido dar a nosotros, lo que lo hemos recibido. Y esperamos que este no sea la primera ni última vez de hacer este tipo de eventos, de poder continuar año tras año para poder ver mucho más productos de lo que estamos haciendo. What else can I say, man? I mean,
I guess we say, like the commercial,
what?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's do this all around the world. there's plenty to do, and Felipe and I welcome your help. And there's 8 billion people on this planet, so we need a lot of people helping. So Felipe and I, Bobby Hunter, Trey,
and the Harlem Globetrotters,
and the Dennis and the we all look forward to seeing you next time. Until the next episode of Time for Truth, thank you so much for tuning in.
This show was sponsored by A Time for Truth Foundation Incorporated as a community service.
Sometimes life can be so damn hard. You don't know where to go. Everything keeps falling apart. Yeah. You try to do your best, but only God knows that you've given everything you've got, but the world takes you down. You just keep moving on. Let your feet